Hi everyone, how are you? How is going your studies? I would glad to meet you through this online class. I hope all are happy to join this class. Okay? And then once again I welcome to you. And what is our chapter? What is our heading of chapter? Yes, very good. Evaluation. Okay. So what is meaning of evaluation? In previous Earth had no more proper atmosphere and also no origin of life, isn't it? So all the life came from abiotic things only. So that is the evolution. Okay. So the evolution says us the pattern of formation of origin of life. Okay. So the evolution tells us pattern of origin of life. Okay. And in previous class we have seen the various types of theories of evolution and also experiment approachment which given by Urey and Miller, isn't it? And now I am going to teach the biological evidence. What is that? Biological evidence. And the evidence or says to some evolutionary things. Okay, so biological evidence of evolution. Biological evidence of evolution. And the evolutions or various categories are under the biological evidence. That is, first one is paleontological evidence. Okay, paleontological evidence. And second one is that is a comparative evidence. Evidence. And third one is embryonic evidence. Okay, and these evidence, the paleontological evidence already we have seen. In this class I am going to teach only the comparative evidence and also the embryonic evidence. Okay, the comparative evidence and also the embryological evidence. Okay, so comparative evidence also tell us evidence from comparative of evolution. Okay, so evidence from comparative anatomy. What is that? Evidence from comparative anatomy. Okay. So in evidence from comparative anatomy, we have to comparative between groups of organisms or accepted as indications or indicators of relationship. Okay. So we have to comparative. We have to comparative. In between the two groups of organisms, it helpful to find out the resemblance between the two organisms and then it shows the evolutions of them. Okay, so it really helpful to them. And then the comparative study relationship. For example, a comparative study of four limbs of different vertebrates exhibited fundamental plane of similarity in structure. Fundamental plane of similarity in the structure. Okay. So, the evidence from comparative anatomy also divided into 5 categories. There are, first one is homological anatomy. Homological anatomy. And second one is analogous anatomy. Okay. Then third one is here vestigial. And fourth one is here connecting links. Okay. And then fifth one is here atavistic organs. Okay. Atavistic organs. These are categories comes under the evidence from comparative anatomy. Okay. So in homological anatomy is nothing but in homological anatomy are those organs same structure or origin but may perform different function. Okay. What is that? Same structure and origin but different function. Okay. In homological anatomy or those organs different structure, same structure or origin but perform different function. And likewise the analogous anatomy or those organ different, totally opposite. Okay. Different structure or origin but perform same function. Did you understand? Do you understand? Okay, once I repeat. In homological anatomy or those organs same structure or origin but perform different function. Okay. For the example, all the vertebrates four limbs are similar in their embryology stage. Okay. And the four limbs of all the vertebrates made up of similar bones. What are the bones? That is a linkage and that is told to be a similar bones. Okay. And what are that? Humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges. These are the bones which are made up of four limbs of all the vertebrates. Okay. And then in analogous anatomy or those organ different structure or origin but perform same function. Okay. But may perform same function. For the example, eye of octopus and fish. And then the fin of dolphin and another one organism is penguins. Okay. the flippers is nothing but uh, just imagine it is a penguin. Okay, this is a flippers. So in analogous anatomy, or those organ different structure or origin but may perform same function. For the example, eye of octopus and fish. Similarly, flippers of dolphin and penguins. These are the example for analogous anatomy. These are example for analogous anatomy. Okay, and then next one is vestigial. Okay, vestigial. Best example for vestigial is human appendix. Okay, so human appendix is now useless things, but it was present in the alimentary canal. It was active once upon a time, in previous time. Okay, so it shows them, shows their ancestor. It shows their ancestor, but now the appendix was not work. Okay, so it means, and it shows to us their ancestor, and all the vertebrates have appendix in working stage except human beings only, because this appendix have a digestive power of cellulase. Okay, cellulase, outer covering of plant cell, outer covering of plant cell. Okay, so now human alimentary canal cannot digest the cellulose. Okay, for because in human beings, in human alimentary canal, appendix is present, but that is inactive level. That is inactive level, and also it is shows their ancestor. Okay, so now the human appendix is like a vestigial organ. Is like a vestigial organ, and then connecting link. Okay, so connecting link is nothing but that is shows them two categories of organisms. The organism which possess the characters of two different groups, that is told to be connecting link. Okay, and the connecting links otherwise called as transitional stage. Transitional stage, also called as transitional stage. Okay, it is helpful to find out their ancestor. It is helpful to find out their ancestor. Once again repeat, the organisms which possess the characteristics of two different groups. Okay, that is told to be like connecting link. For the example, Annelida and Arthropoda. Okay, Annelida is present here. Annelida and Arthropoda. It is one of the group. It is one of the group. In between the two group, present one organisms. That organism name is Peripatus. Okay, Peripatus. In Peripatus, some of the characters shows the Annelida group and some other characters shows to Arthropoda groups. These types of organisms comes under the connecting links. Okay, and this is also shows to us their ancestor. Okay, their ancestor. Do you understand? And final one is autovistic organ. Okay, autovistic organ means sudden appearance of vestigial. Sudden appearance of vestigial. What is vestigial? Now at present in the organism, but there is no any other function. There is no any other function, that is told to be vestigial. Here sudden appearance. Okay, so like that inactive organs suddenly appearance to the organisms, that is come under the autovisual organism. For the example, in embryonic conditions, it is like a human being's embryo, Okay, in embryonic conditions, human being embryo have a tail. Okay, so it shows it's not used now, but it suddenly appearance at embryonic stage of human beings. So it also shows their ancestor. It also shows their ancestor. Do you understand, students? So what are the evidence from comparative anatomy? First one is homological anatomy, and then analogous anatomy, and then vestigial anatomy, then connecting links, atavistic organs. Okay, so in homological anatomy or those organs same structure and origin, but may perform different function. Okay, so for the example, forelimb of all the vertebrates. All the vertebrates have a forelimb in similar structure, but their function also differ. Okay, so their forelimbs made up of similar bone of all the vertebrates. What are the bone? That are the bones are humerus, radius, ulna, and then corpus, metacarpals, and phalanges. Okay, these are made up of four limbs. Okay, so four limbs made up of humerus, radius, ulna, corpus, metacarpals, and phalanges. Okay, so which are made up of four limbs. Okay, so that is a homologous anatomy. And the next one is analogous anatomy. In analogous anatomy, or those organs different structure or origin, but may perform same function. For the example, eye of octopus and fishes, and then flippers of dolphin and penguins. Okay, and these flippers structure also different, but their doing the functions are similar. That is the best example for analogous anatomy. Analogous anatomy, and also these homologous and homological anatomy bring out divergent evolution. Okay, divergent evolution. So the homological anatomy bring out divergent evolution. Likewise, the analogous anatomy bring out the convergent evolution. What is that? Convergent evolution. Okay. And then the vestigial means at present the organisms of some parts, but there is no any function that is told to be vestigial. For the example, human appendix. For the example, human appendix. Okay, so human appendix, now there is no more work, but at present in alimentary canal. And then connecting links, some of the organisms present in between the two groups. Annelida and Arthropoda are two different groups, but Peripader is present in between the group. That means some of the character of Peripadan shows an Annelida character, groups of character, and some other character shows Arthropoda groups. So these also shows to us their ancestor. And finally, atavistic organs. Okay, these atavistic organs suddenly appearance of vestigial organ. Vestigial means that is at present the organism, but there is no more function. That is told to be vestigial. That is told to be vestigial, and it is a suddenly appearance of vestigial. For the example, at the embryo stage of human beings, tail was appearance. So this is a this kinds of appearance come under the atavistic organs. Okay, and this is also shows to their ancestors. So these all are evidence. Okay, these all are evidence of evolution. Okay, and these are we can find out when was comparative it. So that is come under the evidence from comparative anatomy. Evidence come comparative anatomy. Okay, and then I'm going to teach embryology evidence. Okay, embryology evidence. We are going to see the some evidence about the embryology, because in anovasial organs came at present of embryonic stage, isn't it? So these are shows the embryology evidence. Okay, so what are the embryology evidence? Embryology evidence. Okay, and in embryological evidence always deal with the study of development of individual from egg to the adult stage. So always deal with study of individual organ from egg to adult stage. Okay, so under the embryological evidence we going to see egg status and adult stage. Okay, adult stage. So in here the two word is very important: individual, egg and adult stage. These are very important. Okay, so embryological evidence always deal with study of individual organisms from egg to adult stage, from egg to adult stage. Okay, so these also one of the indicate to evolution. These also one of them indicate to evolution. So for that only we are consider embryological evidence as a evidence. Okay, and then the development of heart. Best example, development of heart. Okay, so most of the vertebrate, fish, and then human beings and birds, mammals, and then fish, human, birds, mammals, reptiles. Okay, which are develop their heart from tubular structure. Okay, so fish, human, birds, mammal, reptiles, which are which their heart develop from tubular structure. Okay, tubular structure only develop to heart. Which adaptation accept to fish, human, bats, mammals and reptiles? And then fish have a 3-chamber heart, human have a 4-chamber heart, birds have a 2-chamber heart, and most of the mammals and reptiles have a 3-chamber heart. So these also source to evolution. Okay, this is a evolutionary evidence. Okay, and then and also it is indicate the common ancestor for all the vertebrates. It is one of the indicator that indicate which common ancestor to all the vertebrates, to all these categories vertebrates. Okay, so first of all, the embryological evidence always deal with of individual organisms from egg to adult stage. Okay, so we have to see the egg to adult stage of individual organisms. What is that individual organisms? Human beings and birds, mammals, that is the individual organisms. Okay, so from embryo all the vertebrates have a tubular structure heart. After the development, the tubular heart structure changed into 3-chamber heart, 4-chamber heart, and mammals and birds have bats have 2-chamber heart, mammals have 3-chamber heart. Okay, but these kinds of heart develop from tubular structure of heart only. So this is one of the evolution evidence, and also it is indicate which common ancestor all the vertebrates. Okay, can you understand, my students? And then the Ernst von Haeckel propounded the biogenetic law. Biogenetic law. Okay, this biogenetic law, otherwise called the theory of recapitulation. Theory of recapitulation. Okay, so the biogenetic law or theory of recapitulation theory was proposed by Ernst von Haeckel. Okay, Ernst von Haeckel. So Ernst von Haeckel was proposed the biogenetic law or theory of recapitulation theory. It is shows the life history of individual, briefly explained, recapitulate the evolutionary history of the races. That means the embryo stage of higher animal. Okay, now it is a human being. You just imagine that it is a higher animal. Okay, so embryonic stage of this higher animal, which is egg. Okay, and here on embryonic stage is that. So higher animal, the embryonic stage of the higher animal indicate to their ancestor. It is one of the statement. This is proposed by Ernst von Haeckel. So this is a biogenetic law or theory of recapitulation. Okay, so theory of recapitulation state the higher animal, the embryonic stage of the higher animal indicate to their ancestor. So once again repeat it. Ernst von Haeckel was proposed the biogenetic law or theory of recapitulate. Okay, so the biogenetic law state the embryonic stage of higher animal indicate to their ancestor. That means at the embryonic stage, in first stage, the embryo of a human beings have a tail. So it shows their ancestor. So it is not a universal, but it is one of the statement of about the evolution. Okay, and then some other organs also similar to that. That is a yolk sac and the appearance of tail in human embryos or some other examples of the biogenetic law. Okay, and then embryos of fish, salamander, tortoise, chick and human start the life single cell. Okay, so what are that? Fish, look at me. Embryos. Okay, it's not a adult. All category come under the embryo. Fish, human, salamander. Okay, salamander, and then chick. These all the embryos start from single cell. These all categories embryos start from single cell. That is zygote, or that is told to be zygote. After the cleavage, that during the process of cleavage also similar to fish, human, salamander and chick. Okay, and then to produce the plasta, first of all the embryo of fish, human, salamander, chick, or that is the embryo of fish, human, salamander, chick, all is single cell. Okay, and after the cleavage it is plastrula. It is a plastrula. Okay, and then change into gastrula and or triploplastic. Okay, so change into gastrula. All the fish, human, salamander, chick, okay, which are embryo developed from single cell, and after the cleavage it change into plastrula, and then it will become to gastrula. So it is similar to fish, human, salamander, chick. So it is indicate as to their ancestor. Do you understand, students, what I am saying? The embryos of fish, human, salamander, chick are similarly developed. Start from embryo, that is single cell, after the cleavage to become plastrula, and then to become gastrula. These all process similar to fish, human, salamander and chick. So it is as a indicator to us to the show the ancestor. Okay, so this indicates that all the above said animal have evolved from common ancestor. So these indicate source to us, which was all the categories of organisms have a similar or common ancestor. Get it my point, students? First of all, what I say, the fish, human, salamander and chick all are similar process of development of embryo. Okay, so it is as indicator as to show their ancestor, So it means fish, human, salamander and chick, which was or which had the similar or common ancestor. Okay, so it is also one of the evidence. These evidence come under the embryology evidence. Okay, and then molecular evidence. What is that? Molecular evidence. So organic molecules means nitrogen bases or DNA, RNA or amino acids are considered to molecular. Okay, so what are the organic molecular? What are the organic molecular? DNA, RNA and amino acid. Okay, DNA, RNA or amino acids are considered to organic molecular. So the organic evidence is a process of change in the sequence composition of molecules such as DNA, RNA and protein across generation. Okay, so this is otherwise called as molecular clock. Is that molecular clock? Okay, these molecular clock helpful to find out the evolution in between the species by calculate the groups of, calculate the number of difference in between two groups, in between two groups. Okay, so what are that? DNA, RNA, amino acid. So listen to me, it is one of the DNA. Okay, so DNA base pair or nitrogen and phosphatase. Okay, that is pyrimidine, purine and pyrimidine. So these structure only similar to all the organisms, but slightly change based on the organisms. So the molecular clock to find the difference between the two groups in number of difference. Okay, so that is told to be organic molecules. That is told to be organic molecules. And the molecules that have been used to study evolution by the help of cytochrome C and rRNA. Cytochrome C and rRNA. What is meant by rRNA? R represented to recombinant RNA. So recombinant RNA in the sense, it is one of the organisms. These organisms have a RNA. So we wish to that characteristics. So we take out from the organisms. That is a rRNA. Okay. So now it is introduced the another one gene, means that is told to be rRNA. That means molecules that have been used to study evolution by the help of cytochrome C and rRNA. Cytochrome C and rRNA. Okay. Listen to me, students. This is your homework time. In this class, what we have seen, first of all, evidence from comparative anatomy, isn't it? In evidence from comparative anatomy, we have to compare it to between the two groups of organisms, isn't it? And homologous structure, analogous structure, and vestigial organs, connecting links, and atavistic organs. These all comes under the evidence from comparative anatomy. And then we have seen embryological evidence. Embryological evidence always deal with the study of development of individual from the egg to the adult stage. Okay. And then the development of heart in all the vertebrates follow the same pattern. All the vertebrates heart develop from tubular structure. After then, the fish have a 3-chamber, human have 4-chamber heart, bats have 2-chamber head, mammals have 3-chamber head, also reptiles. Okay, these are as indicate to show all the vertebrates have a similar or common ancestor. And then we have seen molecular evidence or molecular clock. And this molecular clock helpful to find out the evolution by calculate the number of difference in between two groups. Find out the difference involved the cytochrome C and rRNA. rRNA means recombinant RNA. rRNA means recombinant RNA. Okay. And now I will give to your homework. Students, note it. Your homework. Take your book, page number 94, figure 6.2. Okay, 6.2. And then page number 95, figure 6.3. Sorry, 6.4. This is your homework. Note it. Students, do your homework properly. I check your homework in proper manner, and your handwriting also very important. So do your homework properly and submit your homework properly. Okay. Thank you, students.